of land for his service. This league is where Sugarland got its start. In 1838, Williams sold it to his brother, Nathaniel, who named it Oakland Plantation. Their youngest brother, Matthew, managed it. Texians. After the Battle of the Alamo in 1836, many Texians, residents of Mexican Texas, including families in this vicinity, fled eastward in the runaway scrape to avoid the advancing Mexican army. Soon after, Mexican General Santana's army traveled through present-day Sugarland before his defeat at the Battle of San Jacinto. The sugar mill. That was in 1843. The Williams brothers built a commercial sugar mill on the west bank of Oyster Creek, just a few yards from the char house still standing in old Imperial refinery complex. In the fields of the Williamses' Oakland Plantation, overseers on horseback managed enslaved persons as they planted, cultivated, and harvested sugar cane and transported it to the mill. Renaming Oakland Plantation. Benjamin Franklin, Terry, and William Jefferson Kyle partnered to buy Oakland Plantation and renamed it Sugarland. They improved the sugar mill and cotton gin and negotiated with the Buffalo Bayou, Brazos, and Colorado Railroad line to pass nearby. Terry and Kyle also introduced a new way to move cane from fields to the mill, using mule-powered cane cars rolling on portable tracks. Business was good, and the partners started expanding their plantation by buying neighboring properties. The Terry Kyle plantation, particularly Terry's opulent home, became the area's social center. The house included a ballroom and was close to a horse racetrack. Terry's home and racetrack were located near today's Sugar Mill Elementary School. Land sell-off. In 1861, says B.F. Terry did not hesitate to express his Confederate secessionist views to visitors. He organized and led his famous Terry's Texas Rangers into war, dying in 1861 at age 40 in their first battle. He was buried with honors near his Sugarland home. Kyle, who was older, continued to run the plantation. The war and subsequent Reconstruction period drained the area's vitality and decimated its economy. Kyle died in 1864, and over time his heirs sold off the land. B.F. Terry's remains were relocated to Glenwood Cemetery in Houston when the land was sold. Sartartia and L.A. Ellis. In spite of post-war economic troubles, local land remained rich and fertile. Awaiting cultivation, land prices dropped after the war, and in 1868, Little Barry Ambrose Ellis started buying local property in the old Hodge, Battle, and Cartwright leagues west of the Terry Kyle plantation. He named it Sartartia after his eldest daughter. Weird name. Sartartia. Slavery ends. Convict leasing begins. In 1878, Little Barry Ellis joined Confederate Colonel Edward H. Cunningham to run the state's penal system. When slavery ended after the war, there were not enough workers to cultivate crops, so they began using convicts on their personal land. They also contracted convicts out to other plantation owners across Texas. Convict leasing was a state institution and practiced throughout the southern United States. The Ellis-Cunningham partnership became very profitable. E.H. Cunningham became one of the largest sugar producers in the country, earning him the nickname Texas sugar king. Sugarland became known as the hellhole of the Brazos because it was hot, humid, swampy, and mosquito-ridden. Moreover, Ellis and Cunningham abused and provided substandard care for the convicts who worked for them. African Americans in the region faced discrimination, segregation, and disproportionate enforcement of criminal laws. In spite of these conditions, a few men achieved high county offices. Two notable and respected office holders were Sheriffs Walter Burton and Henry Ferguson. Burton, who went on to become a Texas state senator, helped to form what is now Prairie View A&M University. State institutes convicting leasing system. The state resumed control of the penal system in 1883, instituting its own convict lease system. Cunningham and Ellis, amicably severe business ties. E.H. Cunningham started buying neighboring properties, including the Terry Kyle Plantation sugar mill. He amazed I don't know how to pronounce these words, between 12 and 15,000 acres, leasing convicts from the state to work his land. The convict contract and lease system replaced slavery as the source of backbreaking intensive labor needed to grow sugarcane and other crops on large plantations. The growing market for refined sugar in the eastern U.S. inspired E.H. Cunningham to improve his sugar mill and build a refinery. In the early 1890s, a small company town developed around the mill and refinery to accommodate a seasonal workforce. He also built a short-haul railroad to bring local cane to his mill and eventually extended to connect to main rail lines. Cunningham suffered several major setbacks, including loss of refinery equipment at sea, plant disease, and poor business management. Flooding in 1899 and 1900 destroyed his crops and damaged property. Eventually, he declared bankruptcy. Kempner and Eldridge. Isaac Herbert Kempner and William Thomas Eldridge partnered to form the Imperial Sugar Company. Kempner headed his family's wealth. Kempner Trust, which invested in cotton, banking, and insurance. Eldridge owned and operated businesses, enterprises in and around Eagle Lake, including a railroad and company town. He was a shrewd, rugged, self-made man who killed on 2 occasions, claiming self-defense. He was tried and acquitted on both accounts. The aim of the Kempner and Eldridge partnership was to buy the Ellis family's ailing Sartartia plantation, owning and operating it from 1906 to 1908. They improved the facilities for convict workers, adding a clinic and a communal pool for bathing. Imperial Valley Railway. Man, I thought I was almost done reading.
Well, you don't have to read about every single person.
But it's interesting though, because it gives you the timeline, like from the year it keeps going to.
This teacher.
Whew, I need water. Let me see if it keeps going into wind. Let's see, I'm in Imperial Valley, right next. Oh man, no, it's going all the way to the...
look, that church.
But I like this
Padre de
page though. I'm
Sufrir.
gonna go back and read it. Huh?
That church, Padre de Sufrir, is open.
Well, I've heard some churches were opening, but it's not safe.
Oh, and it's Sunday today. Sunday. People are out in their convertible. People are trying to get out.
I'm reading all this from the
Wikipedia.
City of Sugarland website.
I thought that was Wikipedia.
No, I went to the main source.
Oh.
I bet they have all those little buildings still standing. No, not really, but some areas might say like historical markers.
Well, so
Tell
I
you
wonder.
that some houses were here stood so and so and so.
But I wonder, do they have like a little downtown? Or no.
Like a historic downtown?
Yeah.
I bet they do. We just gotta find it. It's because it doesn't. Let me check. Historic sugar. It's funny how Joseph said, "Mommy, is that like a town? How do you say?
Do they sell
Is
ice
it-
cream
No, he
or
said.
sugars?
Is that like a candy town, or do they sell something like that? If there is candy.
Sugarland.
Oh wow, that's not what I meant. Sugarland. Or put Sugar Town.
Sugar Town. That was close.
Sugarland Heritage Foundation. Let's see. Sugarland fun facts. Sugarland is spelled Sugarland and Sugarland. How do you think you spell Sugarland? Like sugar space land
No.
or Sugarland altogether?
I think it's one word.
Well, it says here, the earliest written record the Heritage Foundation has on file. Wait, hold on. The earliest written record the Heritage Foundation has on file is the 1860 census. In the census, Sugarland is spelled with 2 words. That's 1860. It said that when Terry purchased the property, he would always say that this was his sugar space land, because of all the sugar cane that grew here. During the turn of the century, people spelled Sugarland with either 1 or 2 words. When building the trust estate for Sugarland, just like Sugarland Industries, no space, in 1919, the document from the attorney used the 1-word spelling. It wasn't until the city's incorporation in 1959 that the 2-word spelling for the city was cemented. So it's actually Sugar Space Land.
It is?
Yeah. That's how you find it. I mean, but it was at one point 1 word.
In the beginning? In the
Sort-
beginning?
Sort of. Not like 2 in the beginning.
In the beginning? In the beginning?
Let's see. These are fun facts.
Okay.
Santana's army passed through Sugarland on its way to San Jacinto. They passed near present-day Kempner High School and on to a spot roughly where Gillingham Lane intersects Highway 98.
So they're coming from the border, south, from Victoria. And they're going up to over here where the battle happened in the San Jacinto River, in Baytown, or still Houston, Pasadena. So yeah, it makes sense. They went up Highway 90, the old Highway 90.
Highway 98.
Well, they crossed Highway 98. It says
So whoever went to Kempner High School, or that's where they pass.
hey, look at the inspection place we came to is here.
Oh yeah.
59 at Bowie.
All right. Number 3, the Buffalo Bayou Brazos in Colorado was the first rail land in Texas. Man, the BBB&C.
Okay.
The BBB&C Railroad. You know what that is? The Buffalo Bayou Brazos in Colorado.
And Colorado.
Yeah. The BBB&C Railroad has changed ownership and operated under many names since the 1850s. But the Southwest Pacific track that runs through Sugarland today follows the same course laid by the BBB&C Railroad back in 1853. Alright. Sugarland was once the location of a paper mill. Edward H. Cunningham owned and operated 2 sugar mills and a refinery in Sugarland before he sold out to I.H. Kempner Sr. and William T. Eldridge Sr. in 1908. They would eventually develop this enterprise to Imperial Sugar Company. One little known aspect of Cunningham's enterprises was a paper mill which converted a byproduct of milled sugar cane into a thick paper, much like kraft or heavy brown wrapping paper.
But still coming from the sugar canes
Yeah.
and the sugar production.
Number 5. Sugarland once had its own dairy and creamery. Sugarland was once the location of 2 dairies. One was located on the Edward H. Cunningham's estates near the intersection of Brooks and Gunther Streets, south of Highway 98. The secondary, not the secondary.
Not the secondary.
The number 2
City of
dairy
Stafford.
was located between Ulrich Street and Oyster Creek behind today's Nalco plant. The dairy cattle grazed on
That's Sugar
land.
Creek Boulevard and
Yeah.
Dairy Ashford. Oh, that's why it's called Dairy Ashford.
Oh, you're getting into something, okay?
Oh.
The dairy cattle grazed on land where today's Constellation Field is located.
Oh, look, there's a railway. 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 I said railway.
The dairy continued operations until the late 1940s. Dairy Ashford. Isn't that around here?
We just passed it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, this is Stafford already.
Okay.
The city of Stafford.
Number 6, Eldridge Road was once known as KPRC Road. What in the world?
KPRC is the radio station.
Before it was renamed, Eldridge Road was known as KPRC Road because in 1929, KPRC Radio had a transmitter tower
What?
on the east side of the road just north of Highway 98.
I said that's the radio station. That's the.
That's channel 2, no? KPRC?
That's probably, but back then it was a radio station.
Yeah, it was a tower. Well, it had to be. It was probably the news station. And
Sugar
then
Creek.
Healthy Center? Health Center? It's like a clinics or something.
I And this is Fort Bend County, right? It's not Harris County anymore?
I'm not looking at the map. Well, those were 6 facts. Were they 6?
Oh, no, accident.
Go to the lane where they just crashed.
I'm trying to get away.
No, you're going towards it.
No, I'm trying to away from people.
What is he looking at?
He's looking to see if there's anything he needs. People stay awake.
Oh man, I hate this film. Oh, it's so sad.
He went all over. Made a U-turn and went on opposite side. Here's the other car. No.
It's probably
There's a headlight over here. Well, good thing is it happened a few seconds ago, so people are already on the phone. Woo, man. I saw it at the corner of my eye. I turned my emergency lights so that people behind us see something blinking and wake up. Alright. So that was the 6 facts about Sugarland.
Trying to see what they're... Just because it's too hot, and I would have rather bikes.
Oh, the bikes. Rosie and Enoch have been riding bikes everywhere.
I know. Should have brought them.
Actually, we need to buy a rack.
Yeah. Just trying to see what there is in
Sugarland Baptist Church. Just past it.
trying to find to see if they have like a little old downtown square or something like that.
Smart Financial Center. Okay. Alrighty then, if you say so. Mira nomás, Sugarland. Water Tower.
There's Sugarland Town Square.
Crab River Road and Grand Parkway coming up. Highway 99, the Grand Parkway. What's after the Grand? Super Duper Parkway. 101. This is a river. What are we passing? Huge river.
Let me see. I think it might be the Brazos. Yeah, it's
There's
the
a-
Brazos River.
There's a park right here.
It's the Brazos
Band
State Park.
State Park, George Observatory,
Challenger Learning Center.
George Ranch.
Yeah, that's where I want to go. It is. I bet it's. I bet if we go, and the founder was that George. I can't remember.
George Observatory is where I've been wanting to go for like 10 years.
I don't think the museums are open.
Yeah, they open museums. Well, they said museums may open. This is Memorial Apartment Hospital. Right on the right. Keeping social distance. So where's the park?
We have to exit wherever it told you. You gotta go back.
Okay, well on the way back we're gonna stop there.
How far are you gonna keep going?
To the town square.
I can't find it. You're gonna have to go back. We passed it. So exit here and go back. It's because I was reading and I forgot.
So we've been driving from downtown Houston. It's 27 minutes right now.
Well, it's not that bad.
It's not.
But it's because of the traffic. There's no traffic.
And then right here we're gonna go to Richmond, Texas.
Rosenberg.
And Rosenberg, Texas. Well, we're not gonna go, but this would be the exit. A lot of housing over here. People love living in Sugarland. They think they're gonna get sweeter, but that's not what makes sweet people. Well, what else makes them come to Sugarland?
I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself if we're in the right town.
Are we in the right town?
If we're living in the right town.
Well, this here is too close to the hurricanes. That's why I wouldn't come over here. It's too close to the water.
Is it? I don't even know where I'm at. No, it's not.
We're not close to Galveston.
We're even closer even where we're at.
Oh. Well then, yeah, we can come over here. But there's a lot of plains over here. It's nothing but plains. How do we make a U-turn?
It says just go keep going straight. Wait a minute.
This is Reading Road. No, we're going to Reading Road.
Oh, that could have been one anymore. Ya ni modo. I guess you can exit. Yeah, don't get on the freeway. Go under the bridge then. Are the restaurants really open?
Yeah, there's some of them that are open. Not everything is gonna open. Some people
Let's go to Goodwill. Is it open?
doubt it.
Oh, no, I don't see cars. Right? I don't see cars. Do you?
No. Reading Road.
There's a Goodwill over here. But we're looking and I don't think it's open. I don't see cars. Not yet. Just move this up.
Yeah, I lowered it.
You're gonna make a U-turn.
You told me to go to Goodwill. Now it's too late.
But it's closed.
Okay, well, it's too late. Now
Okay,
we have
go.
to go all the way and make a U-turn.
Oh, it's over here, the entrance. No, it's closed. Oh, man. There's
Wait.
no entrance. I told
This
you.
store is next to the feeder and it has no entrance from the feeder? Oh, okay, that just blew my mind right there. Wow. My mind has been blown. On a Sunday pandemic day.
If there's a street in here, go in instead of, because the U-turn is.
Texas Tech College, next right. Now, I bet usually there's a lot of traffic.
There is.
But
That's why I'm saying that.
today being a pandemic Sunday, kind of reopening, you see some traffic, but
Make a
2
U.
weeks ago, I bet you this place was lonely.
Make a U.
Rosenberg. I don't know if we can. We're gonna see. Davis Green Lawn Cemetery. I think, hey, this road is closed. Road closed.
So how are we?
We're gonna have to go find another U-turn.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yep.
This map is not up to date then.
What?
The map?
Oh.
'Cause usually it tells you road closed. They didn't say that. What in the world?
Oh, this is Texas Tech.
Texas State. The Brazos Center. Texas State Technical College. Oh, so we're in Rosenberg?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Sort of.
You know, I have a long lost family member here.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, but that's where I heard that they were from. actually a cousin. First cousin. You know, in the Hispanic community, there's no such thing as first cousin, there is a first cousin. There's no such thing as second cousin, third cousin. Or you know how to say one cousin removed or something like that? I don't know how it goes, but when you are a first cousin,
Yeah.
and so your kids and your cousin's kids, they are not cousins. They're they're not your cousin. They're not your second cousins. You're their uncle and aunt.
In the Hispanic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You become an uncle.
You become the uncle, aunt of your cousin's
Kids.
No. Hold on. Yeah, of course not. Not the first cousin. No, wait. Hold on. Let me go back. I got confused. So.
Google it.
No. For example, my kids and my brother's kids, they're cousins, right? Like first cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. My kids' kids and my brother's kids, they're not they're not gonna be cousins. In the Hispanic community, your kids no wait.
My kids and Eddie's kids are gonna be first cousins.
No, because y'all are cousins. So technically you become Addie's kid's tia. Right? Am I getting this? Or am I confusing y'all?
No.
Well, I'm not paying attention because there's a lot of traffic.
Okay, for example.
Okay, now what?
For example, okay, Janet, you have your daughter, right? Let's just say your daughter, and Addie's daughter. You and Addie are cousins, but Addie's daughter and your daughter, they're not considered cousins anymore. They're considered, yeah, like. Wait, no, I got lost. No, to me.
Just Google it.
No, I gotta get this straight. Hold on. So you know how I'm Addie's tia? Well, for Addie's kids, I'm gonna be their tia. I'm gonna still keep me their tia. No, yeah, forget it. I got confused.
We have to Google it.
Let me get it straight in my head. Okay, let me give you a better example since it's more like true. Okay, you know your cousin's kids, right? Your Annie's cousin. Annie's your cousin. Wait, let me check my map because you lost me. Where is it? Okay, there it goes. Just go all the way straight, 10 miles from now. Okay? So your cousin Annie is your first cousin. What are you laughing at?
At the 10 miles.
Oh, you're counting? You're gonna count it? So I can close my map.
No. No. I'm just saying how far we went.
So your cousin Annie's kids, like she's your cousin, right? She's not your sister.
No.
Right? Your sister's
kids. We're established. She's my cousin.
Your cousin Annie's kids, do they call you Tio?
Yeah.
See what I mean? And normally like you would be only the Tio of your sister's kids. But now you're the Tio of your cousin's kids too.
Right. So I had nephews pop out of nowhere.
But what I'm trying to say is that that's how we count it. Like we don't say first cousin, second cousin. Like your cousin's kids are not your second cousins. You get what I'm saying? Annie's your first cousin, but her kids are not your second cousins.
No. Wait.
Your Annie is your first cousin.
Yes.
Okay. So Annie's kids are not your second cousins.
No. They can't be no cousins to me. They're my cousin's kids.
I know, you're their tío. You become their tío. How? I mean, that's in the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
I don't know about, you know,
I think
other.
in other cultures it just disappears.
No, I've heard they call it like first cousin, second, and third cousin. Right? They do that. I think it's like one. I've heard something about one cousin removed or something like that, or that's my one cousin.
Okay,
Second times
so-
removed, second times
So
removed.
the question is, leaving Rosenberg right now. We went all the way to Rosenberg. So, man, I didn't want to go to Rosenberg. Now you made me go to Rosenberg.
Yes. Well, I'm not certain about that, but I've heard, I've heard people talk like, yeah, that's my cousin's, my third cousin removed or something like that, or my first aunt removed.
This is Grand Parkway. Now, I want to go by the Georgia Observatory and the town square.
Can we pass by the George Ranch?
Yes.
Because that's been the historic ranch that I've been wanting to go to for I can't remember when once I found it, but I haven't been able to go.
You know, years ago, we were giving somebody a ride, and we asked her, so where's your house? Where do you live? And she said, I'm 59. It was like me, you, and Madison. And so we're like, yeah, but south or north? And she said south. So we drove all the way to Rosenberg, and then she said, no, wait, I don't live over here.
Where was
It was north. So we drove all the way 59 north, past Houston again.
Oh, here goes. I found a cousin chart.
Well, I told you to Google it.
Let me search.
Cousin chart.
I did. Okay, so let me read it to you. Let me save this picture because I hate it.
I want something super sweet with fruit.
I knew you were going to say that.
With fruit in it. Just because I'm in Sugarland.
They don't have rasperias here. I don't
No,
think
but they have smoothie shops. They're called smoothie shops in English.
Ah,
Can I charge a little phone?
hold on. I'm trying to find my
Let
chart.
him charge. You already been charging for the whole 3 hours you've been on the
Here.
road. Oh, nice bike. Coming up.
Have you been looking at your miles?
No. Why?
Well, because
Oh, it's already been
Ah.
about.
Can I use it?
just for a little bit.
Oh, Brazos River turnaround. Oh, I missed it. Oh, my goodness.
You could have exit there because we're about to get to Town Square anyways.
That was probably the exit I needed.
You're going to exit.
Here.
You're about to exit. Exit right here, I think. I'm not sure, but
Where's the town square?
I'm trying to get to it.
Oh, is it still record that? No, yeah. I meant the water tower. You can stop recording.
I did record it. Where are we? You're gonna... Man, I hate this map.
Use the left lane to take the US.
It's trying to take us back on the freeway. Oh, to get to town square.
Continue on US 59 north, 1.5 miles.
Oh, there's the park and ride.
Head northeast on US
Just stay on the
59
feeder.
frontage road toward
Thank you.
University Boulevard. Continue on US 59 frontage road for 2 miles.
Rumors spread like a virus. Hey, we haven't done our census.
What is that?
Un censo. ¿No sabes qué es un censo?
I'm cold.
My dad used to say so-and-so.
Oh my gosh, get this. You really don't know what a censo is?
Yeah, but I didn't know they were still doing that.
Yes, how do you think they count people? It's every 10 years. That's why you haven't heard of it in a while.
Dad,
Yes.
I'm cold.
Okay, what can we do to help you in this hot summer day when you're feeling cold?
Can you move the AC vents up
Can
or
you
something?
close them? What? Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna stop here in a little bit. Hold on. There was a
Let them pee in a bottle.
There was a oh yeah.
Do you have to pee only? Do you? Okay. Is this on or off? Oh. Can I leave it on?
Yeah, but the battery is gonna drain in 30 minutes.
So then do I turn it
Yeah.
off? Wow. Stand together by not standing together.
Oh yeah. We are in this together, standing together by not standing together.
That's a tongue twister.
So we're gonna stop at First Colony Mall real quick. And then I'm gonna look at the map. Can you see First Colony Mall?
Not Town Square anymore?
No, First Colony Mall first.
First. Oh, we're about to get there. Turn right on.
For 3/4 of a mile.
Do you want my map there?
No, I'm gonna study my own map. That's because I like to.
Look, first. Oh no, this is not the street.
Sweetwater Boulevard. I think this is where my friend lived. I came here one day. He wants me to visit, but I went to during the pandemic. He's like, don't worry about the coronavirus, man. We gotta say hello to each other.
That's what a lot of people are doing, actually. They don't care.
Yeah, I know, but
I think it's right here. Well, this is the mall.
First Colony Mall.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Empty as can be.
No way.
Empty as can be.
It's so sad.
Head southeast, then turn left. Turn left.
Turn left.
There's curbside pickup.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Why are we here? We're just looking. What are they doing?
There's social distancing.
I don't know what they were doing. Man, it's so lonely.
Anybody there? There. Hello. I see some people. Over there.
Well, it's because there is curbside pickup on some stores.
Make it sound echoey. You don't make it echoey. Hey, I didn't pay attention and see if the bus could drive in, but I see an RV over here. Oh, look, they're camping actually. Why are they camping here?
Oh, the restaurant.
Oh, they're camping there. Why? Cheesequake Factory. I love pho. No, look at
I
them.
heard it's called pho.
Oh, pho. It looks like pho.
Head southwest.
Man, there's like leaves all over, like. And to the side because este está grabando to the. See, like the entrance.
It's so lonely. Are you together?
We stand together by standing apart. ¿O cómo dice?
By stand together by not standing together.
Oh, by. But see, some shops open today.
But how do you know which ones are open? It doesn't tell.
You just go knocking on the door. Can I shop today? Look, they have a lawn like
Baybrook.
labor.
Well, I don't know who. I think this mall did it first.
Dad, over here?
Not yet.
We're just looking at this one.
We're just checking out the first Colony Mall during the first week of reopening after the pandemic or the staying doors order.
Head south.
This map's going crazy.
Still telling you which way to go.
I'm gonna close it.
I think we already went through here. Oh yeah, we just went through here, right? Duh. Do you know that you're not even recording? You never pressed the record button?
Yes, I did. No?
I don't see the numbers moving.
It has to be blinking like that?
Yeah. I think so. Not really.
Look what it's gonna do. Watch. See that? Watch.
Oh no.
See that? It stops. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What are these buttons for?
I mean,
4K? Ah, what is this? Do I do 4K?
no.
What about this? What is this? Clips? Oh, it was on.
You had it on clips.
Yeah. Alright, let me try this now. Oh, there it goes, mira. I was doing it all along, all wrong.
I know. I kept looking, and you don't even have numbers on.
Well, you don't tell me anything. I don't like to record that. Right here, this.
What? Well, that's why I gave you a stick so you can stick it out.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be too like my hand's gonna be out like this. No me gusta esto. We need a smaller. Hey, what happened to our gorilla stick?
It's put away after we moved.
I'm gonna stop this one. Okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
La pago?
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, did you put it in the desk? Doctor?
Let me go back to my chart. I never went back to it. Let me study it first.
Oh, there's a store open. We found a store that's open.
Yes.
See, I told you I was right. So here, technically, what the chart is saying is that Annie's kids to you are your first cousins once removed.
Man, that's so confusing.
See, I was right.
That's confusing. Though.
So, but for a Hispanic community or culture, and that's for all Hispanics, it's
we call them uncles and.
they're your niece and nephews. Your cousins' kids are your niece and nephews.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna stop here and study the map to get to the
Look,
George
I found the chart.
Ranch.
I found it. There's a chart. So technically, Tiani's kids for your dad are his first cousins once removed.
So what does that mean?
To you, they are. Hold on.